Happy New Year, everyone. Today is the first day of Advent, and as such begins the liturgical new year. And I know that it comes at this time of the year where everything just feels so rushed and so busy. And in this time of almost instant gratification, the idea of waiting and waiting for something special can feel really alien to us, or even sometimes can feel um, uncomfortable. And Advent is really a time to learn to be comfortable with the idea of joyful expectation, joyful waiting, and to not be in such a rush to get to the big day, Christmas Day. So, I'm going to share with you a few things that you can do in your home that are really easy, that are going to make that time of waiting and special expectation um, maybe more joyful, and maybe work with your kids in terms of understanding that there is something really, really special about the time of waiting and expectation. So, first thing is that a lot of people start to decorate for Christmas right after Thanksgiving, and I understand why. We want to have our houses look festive for the holidays. So, how do we create a space for Advent? An easy way to do that, of course, is to bring some purple into your home. I picked up some purple fabric here. It's just plain fabric from the Walmart discount bin. And we can put this on our table instead of a traditional tablecloth, instead of a red and green tablecloth, but just really kind of bring this purple into the season to remind ourselves that we are still in this time of waiting, this time of expectation, and this time of anticipation for something bigger. So, having that purple as a reminder is going to be really helpful to remind us that we are still waiting. We are still waiting for the Savior. And then there's also something that you can put on top of your purple tablecloth is your Advent wreath. Um, I don't know if you have an Advent wreath that's already made. I didn't have one when we started, so I'm just going to show you this is the easiest way to make an Advent wreath. Is you can just purchase one of these green wreath forms at any craft store. The Advent wreath, I found this at Hobby Lobby, and all you have to do is set one on top of the other. There's some um, floral staples to anchor it into place. So just anchor it into place using these floral staples that again you can find at any craft store. And this will help to keep your wreath together. You can then use either real greenery or artificial greenery to wrap it around, add purple ribbon and your Advent candles, and you are done. This will take you less than a half hour to make. If you don't have a green wreath, I will tell you that I find a pool noodle works even better. So you can take one of your pool noodles that you're no longer using, you can make it the size, exactly the size that you want, still use your floral staple to put it in, add your ribbon, and now you have a very, very nice, very full Advent wreath that you can set on your purple tablecloth and light a candle every night in anticipation of Christmas. The first week, one purple candle. Second week, the second purple candle. Third week, the pink candle. And the fourth week, the fourth purple candle. So this is a way to mark the time, and each day say a prayer around the Advent wreath as a family. So those are two simple ways to bring Advent into your home decor at Christmas time or in anticipation of Christmas time. So By far, though, my absolute favorite Advent tradition has been the creation of a Jesse tree. Um, One of the things that I came to realize very early on is our Protestant brothers and sisters' chief criticism of the Catholic Church is that we don't know our Bible. And we are the OG Bible believing Christians. It was the Catholics who created the Bible, it was the Catholics who compiled it. It was we gave the world the Bible, inspired by God, of course. But the criticism is that we do not spend enough time with the Bible, with the Bible stories. And this comes across a lot of times because if we ask our kids to retell a favorite story, they may not remember a story off the top of their head. Or maybe they will remember the story of Jonah, or they might be able to tell you about the world and the creation of the world. But we really need to start anchoring them in what the Bible stories are. And the Jesse tree is a wonderful, wonderful way to teach our kids about the Bible in a way that honors our Catholic faith. All of the stories in the Old Testament really point to Israel's joyful expectation of a Savior, which is what we're doing at Advent. So that when God creates the world and sin enters the world, there is a promise that it will not stay with us, that God will send somebody to redeem us. That when Abraham takes Isaac to the top of the mountain, God sends the sacrifice and honors his promise, his covenantal promise, to make Abraham the father of the nations. So, as we retell these stories are about a people who are waiting, waiting, and waiting for the promises that God has made. And as such, I really hope that you will make this Advent wreath your own tradition as well. Sorry about that. We had a small interruption. Somebody was at the door. So, the Jesse tree, in a nutshell, is a compilation, a journey, if you will, of all the times that God's promises or God made promises that always point to the one thing, Jesus as the Savior. And so, what I would like to offer you is an opportunity to create ornaments. They'll look like this. This was from a commercial pattern. You can Google them, you can get your own, you can make your own. When my kids were little, I made them out of these cutouts from the various places that I could get them on the internet, just Googling shapes and all of that. So you can make them your own. I will send you a link to where I got mine. But each of these, the kids can color one day a week. For instance, this one over here would represent King David, his heart, the shepherd, the promises that were made to David. The crown would be Solomon's crown. King Solomon, the great King Solomon who built the Jerusalem temple. That would be another place, another story that you can share with the kids. So that every day for 24 days, you would read a different Bible story. And at the end of it, end with the hope, the promise that no matter how difficult something was, no matter the hardship that the people of Israel went through, they could wait it out in hope and in the promise of a Savior. So, how do you create this Jesse tree? It's really up to you. It's up to you as a family. One of the things that I did, I went very low tech. This is simply floral wire that I twisted together, and then that I then put inside of a little pot. The kids can decorate the pot, and then this can now become your Jessie tree. And every day you can hang a new ornament on the Jessie tree as you read the Bible story that corresponds with it. If you want, you can get these little ornament holders. They're just picture holders with a string on it. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're very, very easy to make. You color one ornament a day, and that ornament goes on the tree. I have also created, you can also use something like this. These are just empty ornament, and you just pull out the top, and you can just roll up the little piece of paper, drop it into here, and that can also now be your ornament for your Jessie tree. It's up to you, your creativity, your mental bandwidth during this time of year. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is to just start. And if you don't do it perfectly, if you only do it for 10 days out of 24, it's 10 days you didn't do before. And it's such a great tradition. It is something that your kids will look forward to every year, something that you can share with your grandkids. And the at the end of the month, the most important thing that we can do is to bring our kids to Jesus and to give them the gift of hope, of joyful expectation. So I wish you a happy, blessed, holy Advent. May God bless you and your family. And I hope that this was useful for you. Take care.